must be time for Larry's Country Diner. We're so glad to have you today. And right now, I want you to meet the head dog. He's the alpha dog in this kennel. It's Larry Black.
I'm the hot dog.
The hot dog.
I'm the hot dog, yeah.
Okay.
Without relish. But I relish being here.
Yes, don't we all?
All right, promise time. Whoever shall give drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water, he shall in no wise lose his reward. Matthew 10:42. I like these promises. Jared, do you have number 35?
7 lonely days make 1 lonely week.
Who is that?
7 lonely nights make 1 lonely
Who is that?
week.
Gene Shepherd.
I don't know.
Wouldn't he?
That
Well,
ain't
Gene
Gene
had
That's
it.
Gene Shepherd, I think.
No, it's not. No,
not
it's
Patsy.
not Gene Shepherd.
I don't know. No, it's not the original. Because Gene did the original.
All right, give me number 212.
I think she did. Don't argue with me, Gene Watson.
Back up, buddy, don't you come any closer. I know you want her, but the answer
That's
is
Carl
no, sir.
Smith.
Back up, buddy, don't you come any closer.
Carl
Keep
Smith.
my
Thank you. Do I hear a third?
It's right. No, you heard a fifth, though.
That's true.
Number 182. Look, my heart is an open book. Do you know who that is?
I don't.
Well, let's move right along.
I remember the song. Do you know who it was?
I want to say Carl something. It was a rock and roll hit.
Yeah. So you ought to know.
Well, he was on our rock and roll graffiti show. It'll come to me. We have an hour. It'll come to me.
We're at that age, aren't
Don't force me to go to Google.
we? Larry, let's see.
Yeah.
What? It's opposite of white. Oh, yeah, Larry Black. That's right.
Yes. Guy gets locked out of his car. No key. He's gone, oh man, a guy stopped by with a screwdriver and a paper clip and got the car unlocked. Guy goes, whoa, man, where did you learn to do that? He said, Yale. He said, I didn't know they had that kind of course at Yale. What's your name? He said, Janssen. I'm glad we have Gene Watson here to bail us out.
I can't get you out of that.
7 lonely days. Bonnie Lou.
Bonnie Lou?
Bonnie Lou did 7
Who
lonely
Googled
days.
it?
I did.
Oh. Then
Do
Google
you
that
do
other
anything fair?
one. Carl Dobkins Jr.
That's it.
And I didn't have to Google it. It was in my Google to mine somewhere.
Very good.
It's so good to see you again, Gene.
Good to be here.
Good to have
And
you.
I would like to apologize to all the folks that had planned on seeing us here the last time.
That's right.
My throat was out to lunch. And,
While we were.
Yeah, well, wasn't a lot I could do about it.
Yep.
But, it's a pleasure to be here today.
We had a guy sitting right down there that was here to see Gene Watson, and he was royally ticked you weren't cheering.
Cried like a little girl.
We finally made amends with him, and he was then happy for the rest of the day. But it was not an easy go.
I had a lot of people comment on that, and surprisingly, how many people were saying prayers for me and everything. I got the bug, and that's good enough, but I couldn't get over it.
Wow.
It just hung on, and
Yep.
and finally I said, well, we got to shut it down for a little while.
How you feeling today?
I'm pretty good. It's not up to me. It's up to my throat.
But you know what? I bet you sound better hoarse than most of us do with full voice.
Bless your heart. I'll tell you, I've had people everywhere we go want to know when we're going to be back on the diner, and I've had to apologize to them about not being here. But anytime we get a chance to be on the diner, it's always fun, and we have such a good time. I learned so much from Keith.
Yeah.
After he Googles it,
Yeah. What else you need to know?
But it's a real pleasure. We're thrilled to be here. And I'm happy to have Chad with me. He's one of the Farewell Party Band.
He sure is.
And, of course, Jimmy over here, he should be one of the Farewell Party Band. He recorded on so many of my records and everything, and so I feel at home right now. My kind of people.
You got one for us?
We got one for you.
Let's do it.
All right. I stay out late most every night until closing time, trying to find a way to drain your memory off my mind. And even if it goes just right, I never make a bet. But sometimes I get lucky and forget. Sometimes I can close my eyes and you're not waiting there, constantly reminding me how much you used to care. And losing you is one thing I guess I'll always regret. Sometimes I get lucky and forget. Sweet rosé and burgundy just lead to scotch and rye. At times it hurts me so much I just hang my head and cry. No, it ain't been easy for me. I'm not over you yet. But sometimes I get lucky and forget. Sometimes I can close my eyes and you're not waiting there, constantly reminding me how much you used to care. And losing you is one thing I guess I'll always regret. But sometimes I get lucky and forget. Sometimes I get lucky and forget.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you very much.
Mercy.
Thank you.
Babe Williams, have you ever forgotten that you're married 58 years? Where are you, babe? Babe and Inez Williams.
Wow.
Where are you? There you are. Oh, I see you now. Do you ever forget? You're lucky. Can't forget that. They've been married 58 years. Congratulations, guys. All right, let's take a quick break and get out of here.
All right, I was talking to Gus the other day. He said, well, we hadn't sold a lot of chickens, but we made a lot of friends. We'll be back to make some more in just a moment.
All right. Yes, sirree.
Thank you so much for watching. Now, if you'd like merchandise, just check out the link below. And welcome back to Larry's Country Diner. Folks, we are just getting started, and here's the man that keeps it going, Larry.
Hey, it's so good. Is there a fun fact coming?
I don't know. There might be. Oh, yes. Fun fact time. Well, we have put together all our sponsors and several members of our audience. We've blindfolded them, and we did a taste test.
On what?
Well, they're about to find out for the very first time.
Oh, good.
No, this is actually a scientific study.
All right.
When you're blindfolded, beetles taste like apples, wasp tastes like pine nuts, And worms taste like fried bacon. You didn't know that, did you?
Nor will I ever be in one of your blind tests. Who decides that?
No, this was some scientific study that they did.
Fix say fun facts like that'll get you hurt.
I know. Well, you're the one that said it tastes like bacon.
I didn't say that.
Oh, you didn't? Worms.
Gene, you were on our last cruise, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
And you're on the next one.
Yes, sir.
You've been on every cruise we've done, I think.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Far back as my nimble mind will let me remember. Yeah, well, I've been, I don't know.
I think
10 or
we're
12
coming up with the
straight,
10th
something.
one here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been on just about all of them, if
Yeah.
not all of them.
Well, it's going to be fun again. It's going to be good to have you again. I probably shouldn't say this with people here, but we just added Mo Bandy to.
Oh, great. Great. Yay. Aren't you thrilled?
He's everywhere. He's everywhere.
You gotta have me and Mo Bandy with you.
Shut up.
I'm calling
He
Mo
probably
right
made a special call to you and begged.
now.
No. I had to sneak up on him and make sure that he was in a good mood. And I didn't want to tell you before I did it in case you might talk me out of it.
Folks, you see how I get done. I play these shows everywhere we go. How's Mo doing? I don't take care of Mo. I start talking about all the songwriters that's written some of my songs, and Chad back here says, Mo Bandy.
They do wear you out.
There's no relief.
I love it when your band breaks into Bandy the Rodeo Clown, man.
It ain't funny. I don't know Bandy the Rodeo Clown.
We did one time. We were up at Starlight Theater, which we're going back to again, and Gene's there. And Mo was in the theater. And I asked Mo if he would mind hiding under the desk. So he came out and was hiding under the desk. Mo comes out and does a couple of songs. Then I engaged Gene in a conversation about Mo, and he just starts ripping into him. About that time, Mo stands up.
Never forget the look on your face.
Yeah, because I had everybody's undivided attention, and I thought it was going pretty good. All the time I was dragging him through the mud, he was creeping up behind me. It was hard to convince him I was just joking. Betrayed for 30 pieces of silver, abused by the people he loved, rejected by his own disciples. I know he still loved them because Jesus said, Father, forgive them. He was looking down on me. I'm an old Roman soldier. I stood at the foot of the tree. In his eyes, I saw his compassion. On his cheeks, the tracks of his tears. On his back, the stripes that he suffered. In his side, the wound from my spear. I heard Jesus say, Father, forgive them. He was looking down on me. I'm an old Roman soldier. I stood at the foot of the tree. I am an old Roman soldier. I stood at the foot of the tree.
Gene Watson.
Woo!
Just an old Roman soldier.
Thank you.
That's available on this album, My Gospel Roots, Gene Watson. That church on the cover of this, was that a church that you used to go to?
Yeah, actually, those three people standing in the door of that church were three of the ministers that pastored the church during the time I was just a young boy and until I got up and moved away. That's the church that we went to, and the first memory I ever had of being able to sing. It was kind of embarrassing in a way sometime because I didn't know how to play guitar or anything. And so my sister and I would sing together, and she'd have to play guitar, and that was bad. But it goes back a long ways. I picked out some songs that my mom and dad, of course, I dedicated it to my mom and dad, but there's some songs in there that we all used to do in church, mom, dad, my brothers and sisters, and of course that song right there that we just got through with, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for a number one in the nation.
Old Roman soldier.
Number one. David Cooper wrote the song.
Yeah, he's a Nashville boy, isn't he?
Yeah, and it was brought to me by a friend of mine, Dave Lindsay. And boy, when I heard it, it's telling a story that's been told millions of times, but it's being told so uniquely that I thought it was just a fantastic song, and I was fortunate enough to get the first shot at it.
Thank you, Gene.
Thank you.
Let's get out of here for a moment. We'll be right back.
You think Mo Bandy's hard to handle? You just wait. Nadine is on the way. Right here at Larry's Country Diner. We'll be right back. And welcome back. Oh, yeah. Larry's Country Diner. Hey, diners, don't forget that our special today, Gene Watson's Texas Burger. We'll drag it through the garden. It'll take both hands and some help to get it to your mouth. Served with a side of fries, and it is so good, right?
I guess.
That's our special today. It better be.
I thought you was talking about that burger you got a picture of me eating in Branson that time.
Oh, let me tell you what. We were.
You don't have to tell it.
Yeah, he does. Now he does.
He ordered this burger, and I swear he couldn't get it all in his mouth. He cut it up 4 or 5 times, and he still couldn't get it in his mouth. He's help me. Yeah, that's what I had in mind when I thought about that.
Leave it to you. You always come up with the best.
Folks, I'll post that on Facebook. Look for it.
No, you don't have to do
a jewel. It's a jewel.
I apologize for every wrong thing I ever said to you.
How about every wrong thing you said to Mo Bandy?
That'll take a little more thinking.
Let's get that lady out of here.
Oh, here she comes, right on time.
Of course I'm on time.
Hey!
Yeah.
How you doing, Nadine? How are you?
I'm doing good.
I'm doing. How you be doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
You got a new dress.
You know, who needs rock walls when you got a stool you can climb up on and get the same excitement? How y'all doing?
I'm doing better.
You looking good.
Thank you, ma'am.
Wish I could lose some weight.
I got a diet for you.
I don't know if I want that diet or
It's
not.
an ATV diet or a Get sick real
I
bad.
don't want that one. How you doing, Mr. Gene?
You hadn't been hearing the abuse I've been taking?
No, I've been back there eating.
That's what I mean. They won't feed me.
Well, bless your heart. I got to tell you a funny story. You know Homer. Well, the other night, about 6 o'clock, we had chocolate cake and coffee. We went to bed at 9:30. We're laying there in the bed, and we pretty much talked out everything we could say. And my kids got us one of them things you sit by your bed, and her name's Alexa. And you ask her, and she tells you all this stuff. Well, we were laying there, and Homer goes, Siri, play Gene Watson. Quiet, nothing. Siri, play Gene Watson. Mona, Nadine, there's something wrong with that. She's broke. Something's wrong with her. I said, well, why don't you try her real name? Alexa. And he said, Alexa, play Gene Watson. Gene Watson.
Choom, right there, right?
You mean Alexa knows me?
She knows you, bud. I drift off to sleep every night to, she's standing on a bridge that just won't burn. And you know, for the longest time, I thought he was maybe thinking about a past girlfriend. And then I noticed the way he looked at me when that song was on, and I got a feeling it's about me.
I understand.
I thought I was going to be late today.
Why?
Well, I had to pick out all that stuff for Homer that was in plain sight he couldn't find. You know, he knew I was upset. A quiet man is a thinking man, but a quiet woman is a mad woman. And so I left him instructions about his meal for tonight. I said, the recipe is on page 32 of the cookbook, and the ingredients are at the store. Yep. I remember when our 8-year-old son one day said he was studying different cultures at school. He said, Daddy, did you know that in some countries that you get married, you don't know your wife till you marry him? He looked at him and said, Son, that's everywhere. I'm gonna go put the sign up.
This guy over here is clapping big on that.
Yeah.
I hate to agree, but it's probably true.
What's the sign going
The
to say?
sign's gonna say, this is from Nadine, a bad attitude is like a flat tire. You won't go anywhere until you change it.
Oh.
I like that. That's a good one.
That's a good one. Orpha Black, my mama, had a few
I
things
met her.
she used to say. Always row with both oars and play with the full deck. The footprints in the sand were not made by a man standing still.
I like that one.
Man on top of the mountain didn't fall there. And the only free cheese is in the mousetrap.
That's right. That's true.
Good words
good.
from Orpha Black.
I like that.
Speaking of good words, there are good words in a song that Gene Watson's about to sing.
Yeah, I guess so. You know, this song, and I don't think I've ever told the story, but this song was it was on the last album I recorded for Capitol Records, which Capitol was my first big break in the music business. And when we got through with the session, they, you know, with the album, they called me in. Well, what do you think we ought to title this? And I said, ain't no doubt about it, as far as I'm concerned. You know, Raisin Cane in Texas. Oh no. I said, well, go ahead and name it what you want to. This is my last album anyway. And they did name it what they wanted to. But yeah, this is a song written by Joe Allen, and it was a big song for us.
2, 3, 4.
her plane to land in Dallas about the time I get back to the farm. By now she's probably leveled off and having drinks and turning on the charm. My plans to get her out of town and then get it on just turned around on me. While she's raising cane in Texas, I'm pulling weeds in Tennessee. And early in the morning, I'll find the nerve to call her on the phone. Say, come on home to daddy, cause your poopsie just don't like it here alone. Well, there's cowboys that'll hold her tight and then dance all night and still make two of me. While she's raising cane in Texas, I'm pulling weeds in Tennessee. Hey! While I'm searching through the closet for the dancing shoes I thought she left behind, she's probably out with Willie's band, getting high on what keeps Willie high. And I'm staring in the mirror at a hat that used to look so good on me. While she's raising cane in Texas, I'm pulling weeds in Tennessee. And early in the morning, I'll find the nerve to call her on the phone. Say, come on home to daddy, cause your poopsie just don't like it here alone. Well, there's cowboys that'll hold her tight and then dance all night and still make two of me. While she's raising cane in Texas, I'm pulling weeds in Tennessee. While she's raising cane in Texas, I'm pulling weeds in Tennessee.
Watson.
I'm liking it.
That's a good one. It's another.
It was a good one for me. It was a good record.
Yes,
What did they title the album?
I'm not gonna say.
Google it.
Okay.
Yeah, Google it. Now, I think the title of the album was "No One Will Ever Know," which was an old song that we re-recorded. And it didn't just exactly come off to suit me, and I was pretty upset about it. But
and they named the album.
Then they named the album after it. But
welcome to the music business.
Yeah, just goes to show you, don't it? Just pick something out you like and watch them do something else.
That happens that way.
Well, you know, I stopped a lot of that, Larry. I decided as long as I'm working for them, I ain't got much to say.
There you go.
And if you look real close on my CDs nowadays, it's got 14-karat music, which means I own it.
That's right.
So, you know, what I record nowadays depends on what my fans like and what I like.
There
Very
you go.
good.
You know?
That's the way to do it.
Hey, you know, your number one fan in all the world besides me and Mo Bandy, Ed Stone's here today.
He is. He is my interplanetary fan club president.
It's the truth.
He sure is.
Yeah.
We've known each other for many moons. Mm-hmm. And he's always been a super fan. I thought I'd die when his wife told me one night, we were backstage at the Grand Ole Opry, she said, "You won't believe this man," said, "He's got your picture up there by the president."
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
Ed Stone, fantastic guy. Good to have him with us.
Sitting out there in the Chet Atkins booth.
Yeah.
Over there with his lovely wife.
Yes, Fran.
Yep.
Ed Stone.
Yeah, Fran.
He's one of those guys that worked at Opryland and TNN and out in that ilk for a lot of years.
He sure did. You know, such a great guy, too. And I'm not just saying that because he's sitting here, because we've known each other a lot of years. But his daughter, incidentally, is my banker.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. My son, when he got married, I sent him up here. All I did was call called Ed. I said, you know, my son's on his way up there on his honeymoon and everything. And Ed said, don't worry about it. Just send him to me. Wow. And, you know, my son said they had the greatest time that they could have ever hoped to have, all on Mr. Ed Stone.
Well, how about that?
Nice guy.
So your banker is stoned?
No, it's a her. Her name kind of changed.
So she's not stoned.
Only you would think of that.
I didn't know you was coming at me from that direction. Did Mo tell you to ask that?
Let's get out of here. We'll be right back.
Okay, I vote for the line of the day. Your poochie just don't like it here at home. I love that. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Larry's Country Diner. Larry, we've got some folks in the audience celebrating their 29th wedding anniversary. Gene and Brenda Rocky.
There's a rocky marriage for you.
I knew you were going to pick up on it. Boy, you're sharp. That's Larry, by the way.
Gene, you got another song for us?
Shoot, yeah.
Shoot, yeah.
Did you know we got 3 Texans over here singing? Me and Michelle and Chad.
Yeah.
All 3 of us Texans. We didn't have nothing to do with it, but it just turned out that way.
Texas will
Jimmy
show up.
wishes he's a Texan, but some things you just can't change. Come in, pretty lady. You just made my night. I wasn't too sure that you'd come. Sit down, and I'll fix you a drink if you like. It's late, but the morning's still young. I'm glad you could make it. I hope you'd get by. I've thought about this all week through. What's that? What's the matter? What's making you cry? You say it's the first time for you. Live if you'd rather not lose what you came for. Walk out the same door that I let you in. Live if you'd rather not lose what you came with. Stay, and you'll find this is where love begins. Oh, it's not like we're strangers. I've kissed your warm lips, but someone was always right there. But now we're alone, so there's no buts or ifs. Come here, let me take down your hair. Babe, if you'd rather not lose what you came for, walk out the same door that I let you in. Babe, if you'd rather not lose what you came with, stay, and you'll find this is where love began.
Oh,
Gene
man.
Watson. All right. Great stuff. Thanks for coming. Get us out of here.
What a show, what a show. One thing left to do, you know how it goes. Larry's Country Diner, where the cameras are always rolling and we don't care. All right.
Hey, if you like that one, you're going to love this one. Or this one.